Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala, pastor at St. Malachy Catholic Church in Sterling Heights. Welcome to Saints of the Summer. Today is August the 3rd. When I was a child growing up on Hannon Road in Canton Township, Hannon Road being the border of Wayne, Michigan and Canton Township, my mother decided that her children were going to learn how to swim. My mother never learned how to swim, and she felt that it would be a good thing for her children to know just because it might save our lives. Now, down the road toward New Boston, where Hannon Road ended, there was the Huron Metro Park. It still is there today, including a large pool where lessons in swimming were given. And so I remember being put in the car with me and my sister Mary, and my mother would drive us down in this green Marauder car that she had, 1963 Marauder, and we would drive down to the Metro Park, and she'd enroll us in swimming lessons. And as I recall, the pattern went something like this. On your first day, you all got to stand in the shallow end, and you blew some bubbles, and then later on, you'd stay in the shallow end, and you'd hold onto the edge of the pool, and you'd kick your feet, and then finally, they'd show you how to swim across the shallow end. Then after a few weeks, you were put in the deep end. And again, you held onto the side and you kicked. And it took a while, took a few weeks before they would let you loose on the deep end to swim all the way across the pool on your own. Well, today's saint had a spiritual journey like that. His name is Nicodemus. Yes, the Nicodemus of the New Testament, the Gospels. Nicodemus got interested in Jesus' teachings, but Nicodemus is a very important Jewish leader. He's a member of the Sanhedrin. He's a member of that group that's going to frown on Jesus a lot, especially after Jesus drives all the money changers out of the temple. So Nicodemus doesn't want to be a public person announcing that he likes Jesus. He wants to keep it very secret, so he takes small steps. And his spiritual journey into the small end of the pool began when he began to talk to Jesus at night. Once the sun set, very dark in Jerusalem, there's no neon lighting or anything like that. So Nicodemus could put a hood over his head and talk to Jesus, and no one would know it was him. Jesus would know it was him. And they had some interesting conversations. One of them you could look up in the Gospel of John, chapter 3, 1-21. Then later on, when Jesus gets arrested and there's problems, Nicodemus is at the Sanhedrin. And again, he's not announcing that he likes Jesus yet. He's not ready to go into the deep end yet. But he does remind the Sanhedrin that, you can't really just toss someone in jail without giving them a trial. They're entitled to a trial. So in a roundabout way, he comes out to the defense of the Lord. And then after Jesus is crucified, Nicodemus finally takes the plunge into the deep end and goes public. He joins another member of the Sanhedrin, Joseph of Arimathea, and they prepare Jesus' body for burial. Now we know Joseph of Arimathea went to Pilate to get that body, so it would have been known to the Sanhedrin that Nicodemus was with Joseph of Arimathea preparing that body. And that is when Nicodemus finally was willing to take the plunge and let people know he was a true believer. In our lives, I think if we're honest with ourselves, sometimes our faith journeys are very similar. We take small little steps. Maybe we write a check anonymously or something to help, a Christian missionary or give some food to the poor. But over time, hopefully we get a little more courageous and are willing to speak out in defense of the faith and why other persons should accept the Lord. It took a while for Nicodemus to jump into the deep end of faith, and I encourage everyone else to do so. Will it be hard? Yes. Will it be difficult? Yes. But I can assure you, the waters of faith are just fine.